Let's make an amazing website and publish it only with Figma.
Alright, to begin, let's open a new file and select Site section. As you can see, there are plenty of templates you can use, but I'm going to build one from scratch. So I'll click blank site. As you can see, we have got desktop and mobile views by default, but I'm also going to add a tablet size just to make sure everything looks perfect on all devices. Before we jump into the navigation bar, here is one thing you don't want to miss. So listen up. If you want your sections to stack on top of each other, like an Instagram or blog pages, you should use vertical layout. But if you want your things to sit side by side, like an image in the left and text in the right, then go with a horizontal layout. This is super important. Desktop usually uses a horizontal layout, while mobile and tablet mostly use vertical layouts. Alright, now that we understand the layout settings, let's start building the navigation bar. First, I'll create a simple logo using text. I'll name it Welto and set the font size to 40 and semi-bold. Next, I'll add the nav items, 3 text elements for the menu. Now I'm going to place these 3 items into an auto layout frame with Shift and A on my keyboard. As you can see, they're stacked vertically, which we don't want. So I'll switch the auto layout to horizontal. And now they're lined up in one row, just like we need. Now we want our menu items and our logo to line up in one row. So I select the logo and the menu items and wrap them all in another auto layout. And set it to horizontal. Now I want my navbar items and my logo to be spaced apart. So I head over to the resizing section and select fill container. What fill container does is it stretches the element to fill the available space inside its parent frame. And after I select it, as you can see, the frame expands to match the full width of the desktop. And let's center align it. Here is a cool trick. If you double click on the gap between the elements, Figma automatically adjusts the spacing to auto, which is super convenient. You can always adjust it manually, but I like to let Figma handle that part. But right now, everything is sticking on the left and right edges, and I don't want that, so I add horizontal padding to give it some breathing room. The height is currently set to hot content, which isn't bad, but I want the navbar to have a bit more presence, so I change it to a fixed height of 120 pixels. Name it navbar and give it a color. Navbar is done, let's move on to the hero section. I want a simple, minimal hero section with just a title. So I'll start by adding a frame and setting it to fill container and set the layout to horizontal and name it hero section. I give it a height of 350 pixels and I add some text, just copy paste and resizing it the way I like and sit in the bottom left corner. So I select the hero section frame and choose a line bottom left. Let's take a step back and check how everything looks across desktop, tablet, and mobile. Everything looks mostly good, but I noticed 2 issues. First, on mobile, the navigation items are overlapping. And secondly, the hero section text on both tablet and mobile is way too small. So before moving on, let's quickly fix those. I reduced the height of the hero section to 230 pixels in tablet and set the text size to 40. For mobile, I reduced the height to 140 pixels, set the text size to 24, and also reduced the logo size to 24 pixels. Let's delete our menu items and put them in a burger menu icon, which I grabbed it from Iconify. Cool. Let's start main section. For the main section, we're going to showcase the company's work using some images. So let's create a new frame and name it main section. For this section, we want our frame to have a fixed height in all three sizes. So I set the desktop height to 550 pixels, and since that works fine for tablet too, I leave it the same there. But for mobile, I reduced the height to 300 pixels so it feels more balanced. Now go to my gallery, select the images I want, and just copy and paste them all, making sure they're in the same size, and let's auto layout them and giving a padding of 24. Then I drop them into the hero section frame and align it to the left center. Now, are you ready for the final touch, which takes your website from meh to wow? Let's talk about interactions. Figma recently added a bunch of cool interactions to Figma site, and honestly, I was super excited to try each of them one by one. I hope you explore them too and have as much fun as I did. For my logo text, I choose the marquee interaction, one of the most fun and eye-catching options. To set it up, just click on the element you want to animate, go to interactions, and choose the one you like. And for my text in my hero section, I selected mouse parallax and set the offset to 60 and turned on inverse toggle and giving it some smoothing. And I also wanted my images to have a cool little movement effect, almost that shifts and hover. So I gave them the marquee left infinite interaction. Let's preview. One important thing to notice here is that when the images scroll horizontally, the last image sticks to the first one, which doesn't look right. To fix this, just select the image frame, go to the right padding setting, and add some spacing. Now the problem is solved. The last image no longer touches the first one, and we've got a nice 24 pixel gap between them. And let's preview again. As you can see, we have a nice, amazing website right now. If you're sure about your website, let's go and publish it. So here in the left section, we have a publish button here. And when you click on it, sometimes you have some issues here and you can click and fix the issue. So easy, right? Even you can connect a domain to your website here. Now I'm clicking my site URL and your website is online.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and what new feature in Config 2025 are you most excited about? Let me know if you would like a detailed video on any of them in the comments below.